Hello. I'm going to be showing off my terrain generator that I built in my own custom game engine that is programmed in Rust and OpenGL. So I'm going to generate the terrain. The terrain has generated. First of all, I'm using an octree system for the terrain, and each leaf node in the octree is a chunk. So if I activate wireframe, you can see each chunk in the octree, and the closer the chunks get to the camera, the higher the detail the chunks will be, which is basically what the octree system is. If I go over here and regenerate it, you see it regenerates the octree again. If I go to another spot, it regenerates it right there. The voxel generation is on the GPU, so it is pretty fast, but it is slowed down because I'm recording, so the GPU usage goes higher, and I haven't implemented any sort of frustum culling yet, so I must implement that. But it is still pretty fast. The voxels are stored inside an RGBA texture, where the red value is the intensity of each voxel, and the rest of the values are going to be used for smoothness and metallic, and possibly some color, though I might need to use another texture for that. The mesher is currently ran on the CPU, single-threaded. It's not multi-threaded yet. The speed is satisfactory, so I don't need to multi-thread it. As you can see, right now it updates pretty fast. The bottleneck of the system is only the GPU, so the mesher works pretty decently. I also have implemented a priority system, so I'm gonna move to the corner of the map real quick. Disable the terrain generation. As you can see, the corner has the most detail, and I'm going to go to the other corner, and I'm gonna regenerate the terrain. And as you can see, it generates only the chunks that are in front of the camera first, and then it spends time generating the chunks behind. The white boxes that you see are the chunks that need to be generated, but they haven't. So it's always the chunks behind the camera that are mostly white because they don't get generated yet. I also have implemented a system which is basically a bound checker. So it checks each leaf node before it sends it to generate, and it's basically what it does is it checks if it's possible to have some sort of surface in it, because if it doesn't, then there's no need to actually spend time generating it. So as you can see, if I move around here above the terrain, there aren't really any chunks to generate, as you can see from the number. It only hops to 3 or maybe 5, but if I go near the terrain, it increases by a lot. It just because the bound checker, I made it only work for the chunks that are closer to y equals 0, and that is basically this little plane over here. Yeah, so that was my little showcase for my terrain generator. I still have a lot to work on, but yeah, so it's pretty cool. You also got like a normal map, you know, diffuse map for the texture, and some reflection map because it looks cool. Yeah, pretty much. Thanks.